I'll tell you this. I think it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I really do.
So first of all, big numbers. Let me go down to the models here real quick. We just got to get this out of the way. Oh man, it's like loading all this stuff. The trim levels. So, man, the highest one, the biggest thing we want to know is range. So the highest model is 350 mile range.
What is it?
350 mile range.
Okay, that works.
But that's the Hummer Edition 1, starting at $112,595.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And that'll be the first one available. It will have 3 motors. We're gonna have to delve into to see where are these 3 motors at, but
yeah, I'm trying to find the
so are the
specs at the bottom?
Okay, yeah, there they are at the bottom.
Okay. I see it. Okay. Yeah, the Hummer EV trims. Looks like there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is my screen being shared, or will it be recorded as being shared?
Probably.
Yes, it's being shared, and I've already started recording.
Okay, cool.
We can sort of edit off the beginning to end.
There's Russell.
There he is. I think his audio is connecting. Hey, Russell, you there?
Yes, I'm here finally.
There he is. Hey, buddy.
Can you see my my shares here, my screen share? I know it's probably really small if you're on your phone there or whatever.
Yeah, it is pretty small, but I can zoom in there.
So we just started talking that the most important thing is the range.
Yes.
So the most expensive one goes 350 plus miles. So that is pretty shocking. I will eat my words that they wouldn't have anything over 300 miles.
Yeah. Well,
on the low end, it is 250 miles. I don't know if anybody caught my Facebook where I said, I bet it's going to be over 75K. Nailed it. Yes. I think it's going to be a smaller footprint. I got to look into that. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Than the original Hummer. Because somebody's saying, I want a Cybertruck because it'll be smaller than a Hummer. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way they're going to make this Hummer is going to be bigger than the Cybertruck. I mean, that's just my idea. I'll have to delve into it.
It's hard to tell, but looking at the pictures and video, it looks big.
Yeah, I was surprised how much it looks like an old Hummer.
Yeah.
Like I thought it would, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with the old Hummer. So I guess, going electric, I thought it would be a little more, I mean, I guess it's a little rounded, but.
How do I optimize for video?
Yeah.
Is that one of those optimized for full screen video clip? I don't know if it'll be, let's see if I click this video, is it going to look bad to you guys?
It's a little choppy, but it's coming in.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So the crab walk, I guess it's 4-wheel suspension. I mean, 4-wheel steering.
Yeah, it's set up to 10 degrees, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
And that, I know that was the thing that was back. Honda Accord had 4-wheel steering back in the day. Or.
Yeah, it's like super handling all-wheel drive or something they used to call it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That just kind of looks like, wouldn't you just turn around? Wouldn't you just turn in that area instead of doing the?
So it looks like it can lift up to 6 inches or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the crab walk thing, that looks like a very specific situation. I noticed in the video they had a perfect situation where you would want to use a crab. And I'm thinking, how many times are you going to encounter that in your life?
You're gonna encounter that when you're at a show at one of the car shows and you want to show it off.
Right.
That's probably the only time you'll ever use that.
I mean, yeah, it's gimmicky, but okay.
Ultra underbody cameras.
Yeah.
So how are they going to do that to where they're not destroyed? And like if you're going off road, aren't they going to be covered in mud and dirt?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, are they going to have some way to clean it? Are we going to have little spritzers on our cameras?
They might.
I mean, that's pretty. I mean, I got to hand it to them though. That's a neat innovation. I I'm not aware of any other off-road vehicles that are got that many cameras.
Of course, how much is that going to cost as an option though? Because they're saying it's what, $112,500 some odd dollars. Is that fully loaded? Because all these things are options.
That's true. I mean, I hope it's fully loaded.
Is this going to end up being a Porsche?
No,
it's
not,
it's 112,000, but fully options 160.
Two key words, guys. Starting at.
Starting
Yeah,
exactly.
starting at.
Okay.
So here's the thing though. Shoot, I lost my train of thought on the whole package deal. I'll come back to it. But anyways, look at the size of those tires. Jesus.
35-inch, man. I know. It's enormous.
Does anybody know what the size of the Cybertruck tires were?
I have no idea. I'm assuming. I know they had incredibly aggressive tires when they showed it that I can't imagine you would get very good range with, but
that's true. Like rolling resistance and aerodynamics.
yeah, I mean when they say
thing.
300, when they say 350 miles or so, what would it? I mean, I guess off road you do well because you keep stopping, and maybe some regenerative braking, but you're just not very impressed with. I do think the headlight was cool that showed you the charging, which is kind of gimmicky or whatever, but it showed that the headlight, shows the how much it's charging or whatever.
You guys are jumping ahead here around me. I'm just scrolling down the page and we're gonna.
Well, you just showed the headlight. That's what I thought of. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this does charging when it's.
Well, the left light bulb, the left headlamp, you could see how it was charging in the video when I watched the video.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where the charge port is. They didn't show it charging or you plugging it in.
Maybe we dig in here, we can find some stuff. Oh, so one of the things that I wanted to mention real quick though, the reservation's only $100. I would assume
they're kind of doing a Cybertruck thing with that, the $100 reservation.
Yeah.
Is it refundable or non-refundable? I wonder.
I'm gonna assume it's refundable because that would just be.
And I think the whole idea with that is just so you can show everybody how interested everybody. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. Yeah.
We've got like the Cybertruck now supposedly has over 600,000 reservations, which
yeah, because you can say look at the interest we have at $100.
Yeah,
I mean, I gotta say, look at that where they took the top off. That actually looks pretty sweet.
It's an infinity.
I really like those panels. I like those panels being removed.
Well, and they showed them putting them in the front, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I didn't see that. I didn't see it in the video, but yeah.
Yeah, it looked like they were putting them in the front, so.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should have watched the video. I haven't done that yet.
It was an okay video. It wasn't the great. It was just showing it, flying down the road at 200 miles an hour. So.
Is this the video that's towards the top of the webpage, Russell? Is that where you were seeing it?
Yeah, it must have been. I just clicked on whatever because I wanted to see what they were saying. It didn't say anything about battery size or anything. So I guess most people who are going to be coming from GMC just want to know how far it goes. They don't want to know.
Okay.
Here, we can watch this video.
Yeah, I see it.
So does this show him store it in the, oh yeah, it goes in the front.
Yeah. The infinity roof. I think that's really cool.
I don't want to do it twice. And then Bose audio, 14 speakers. Come on. Oh, wait. Here it says Central Point Electric with vehicle sound enhancement creates an acoustical experience designed for the Hummer EV cabin. What does that mean?
The Central Point Electric.
I hope you're not trying to say engine noises.
Well, I hope not.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
There's nothing elaborates on that.
Yeah, you're saying that because this is a legacy automaker and they have to do something goofy like that, don't they?
Yep.
When I talked to my dad the other day about how awesome electric cars were, his first thing is they don't make any noise.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what he wants to hear is noise.
But
yeah,
you know how many people get in there when they're test driving? They're like, "Oh, this is so quiet and relaxing." Yeah, because it doesn't make any noise and it's a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait until you drive down the road with those off-road tires.
Yeah.
You'll wish you could hear an engine.
road noise.
Especially with the infinity roof there, you're gonna wish you had some kind of engine noise. So
We have a 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I wonder if that's for all versions.
no, I'm assuming just that very
That's
top
got to
level.
be the top version.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
1,000 horsepower. Any of you truck guys know, I wonder if it's gonna vulture any of its truck capabilities from the other trucks that it's gonna, I mean, like, would they actually make the Hummer a good towing vehicle or anything?
Yeah, so the deal with that, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be able to tow, but even with a 350-mile range, you put a decent sized trailer on that, and now you're down to about 100 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard
so-
that's the big thing, like with the Rivian too.
Right.
Was just how much towing really cuts into that. But this looks like it's more, I think this looks like it's going against more the Rivian than like a regular pickup truck. Because
Oh, yeah.
everything they showed was this thing being off-road.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
Jeep Wrangler,
Yeah.
Bronco.
Yeah, I don't see this as being a primarily a towing vehicle.
Well,
Yeah,
because the
competing
bed
with
looked really, and is it just a 4-foot bed or?
That's what it looks like, a smaller bed for sure. I'm gonna play this video real quick and see what it's got. Okay.
Yeah. The main video is at the very top of the web page, and it's about 5 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a pretty long video.
Well, I can just say whoever's watching this has probably already watched that video, so we'll just go on, but I'm gonna watch these little ones just to see if they spur any conversation between us.
Yeah,
This Super Cruise, I'll talk about it when the video's over here in a second. Are these all just little chops of the bigger video?
yeah, these are all just small snippets of the bigger video, is what it
Okay.
looks like.
Okay.
So the thing about Super Cruise, from my understanding, that's different than Autopilot from Tesla is that GM paid a company to go around and do LiDAR on all the major roads.
Yes.
So then all that LiDAR data is in the cloud. And then what GM does is they don't need LiDAR on the cars, and they just download that LiDAR information as you're driving. And then it computes that to determine, you know, distance and
Like where so it knows exactly where it's at on the road in conjunction with anything else, except for.
But now you're going to be relying on data that's how old or what's going on versus Tesla's, you know, strategy is we're going to try and make the car see as best as possible in that given instant.
Right.
Yeah. But I've heard too, like, you know, it is supposed to be really good from the things that I've read about. But it's very limited on the roads it's on. Like, as far as I know, it's like major cities or major highways in cities. It's not.
Yeah.
You
Only
won't be able to
major.
take this thing off of a highway and have it do Super Cruise.
Right.
No, not at all. Whereas Tesla can do it on smaller roads.
But unless there's a fire truck or a something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I mean, it seems like for a long distance travel, it would be good. But for what this vehicle looks like it's built for, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if Super Cruise is that awesome if you're off road.
Here's,
well,
yeah,
I mean,
here's
it's
some.
okay. I'm sure it'll work on all the major interstates, which you might be traveling on to get to your off-road
Yeah.
site.
Yeah, I mean that would be great because it would be very relaxing. So
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Marty,
Yeah.
have you tested driving with cruise control and your range versus driving without cruise control and your range?
So I've not specifically done a range test with it, but I can tell you just by looking at the energy reading on the dash that I typically use less energy when I'm in cruise, because it's just, it kind of smooths out the acceleration, the deceleration, and all that stuff. And so it seems like it's more efficient, which should translate into a longer range.
That's what I personally had experienced, that it was braking more often than I would. Just wasn't coasting. So because it's like, oh, I got to peg it at this speed, I need to brake to get to that speed versus
Now,
just,
were you driving with it in low, which is the max regen, or were you driving with it
I
in the
probably
drive
wasn't. I was
setting?
in drive and
Okay.
doing cruise control.
Okay.
But so I'd love to see, somebody figure that out. If older cruise control is as good for EVs,
Mhm.
as personally driving. But look at that interior. That's pretty cool color scheme with the gold.
I mean, I like it. And of course, they went with the Tesla Model 3 horizontal big screen
Yep.
in there, which,
Yeah.
everybody's going to be doing that. So,
Well, even now on cheap cars, they got them just not as big. I mean, like if you get like a Corolla or something, it's got a, it's very stand up, or even a Mazda 3. A lot of those I think are going towards that instead of the really long.
Yeah. But what's funny is look how typical that steering wheel is, though.
Yeah, I was really
Like-
underwhelmed when I noticed the guy driving it. It just seemed like, it doesn't seem.
It's like
For
GM needed to
112.
keep their button suppliers in business. Because the Tesla has all that on the screen. I mean, there's no need for that.
right.
Well, you've seen what the new Corvette looks like, right? With that long thing.
Yeah.
Chevy people like their buttons. We like our buttons.
I mean, can
I
you
think
imagine?
I think this is really going to appeal, though, to kind of what you think of as sort of that traditional pickup truck, traditional Hummer owner.
Because if you're off-roading, your hands are muddy. At least you're just touching buttons and not smearing a screen constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a plus.
Well, and I think a vast majority of people do feel more comfortable with a real button. Like you don't have to search. You just know that I put my finger over here and that's where the button's going to be.
Well, I think what most Tesla owners would say is that most people say that until they've lived with their Tesla for about a week. And then they're like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need buttons.
But these people will never try a Tesla because they just, I mean? Like, I think that's, I don't know. I just think there's a segment of the population that just wants what they've always had. It worked before, it always works.
Right.
On the other hand, would love the seamless, not having all the buttons.
So look at this, guys. State-of-the-art lighting. Comes alive with expressive lighting and animation as you walk to and away from your vehicle. Well, the Hummer EV is charging.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, does it give an animation of that? Does it show it?
It does not.
Because it showed it in the one part of in the video, and it just looks like bars. It looks like 10 bars, and it's.
Maybe we can see it somewhere as we go through here.
Yeah.
Skid plates. Tailgate. Oh, look, it's got a lift in the tailgate, or step, I should say.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's like the other the GMC. What is that? Not the Silverado.
The Sierra.
Sierra. Yeah, that's got one of those real fancy tail. Oh, there you go. There you go.
This video. Yeah, let's watch this. Okay. GM, I gotta hand it to you. That is pretty snazzy.
Yeah, that's cool. So where exactly is the charge port though? Like, did you?
Oh, let's see. Let's pause it right there.
Yeah,
back bumper.
Yeah, it's the back left, so it's the driver's side towards the rear.
This right here is the
Is it all? So is that the bumper?
Yes, this is the back light on the driver's side.
Mhm.
And it looks like there's the high-speed charging port too. I mean, it's got.
Oh, it has to come with it. There's no way you could have level 2 with that because it's gonna have a gigantic battery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's one thing I'd like to see is the size of the battery, and they may not release that.
They might not know what they're gonna have to put in that yet with these Alti.
Right.
I mean, technically, well, I guess it's all down to efficiency. If the efficiency is horrible, then it has to be a bigger battery. But I was like, we could do the math to figure it out. If you get 800 volts, 350 kilowatts, how much battery do you have?
Right. Yeah.
If you're doing 3 watts a mile, 300 watts a mile. One pedal driving and regen on demand, steering wheel paddle harness, the power of regenerative braking. So is there a paddle?
Yeah, on the Bolt, there's a paddle behind the steering wheel, and it's super awesome.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's probably got that same kind of paddle then.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's
Eric-
super. It's very convenient because when you need to brake, even when you need to slow down even more, it goes all the way up to like 70 kilowatts.
Mhm.
Oh,
and
nice.
Eric, the second generation Volt has that too, and I drive with it all the time around town.
Yeah, and that's what I'm missing out on, guys, with my first generation Volt.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah,
All
I
right.
love that. They call it the ROD or Regen on Demand paddle. So
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I really, like I said, it's a great feature. It really is. Unless you're trying to turn up the volume and you accidentally push the wrong side,
yeah,
because
and,
on the right hand side is the volume.
yeah, sometimes I got confused with it at first. I'm not so much anymore, but
Yeah.
Anna was just telling me that they're running the Hummer commercial on TV right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because it was in the middle of a football game or something.
I think
Or
the
World Series, sorry, baseball.
I think it's World Series or playoffs, whichever's going on right now.
Oh, they should totally have the guy that did. Remember the guy that did the commercial for the what was it? The new small pickup truck, and he said it was really good and stuff, or whatever. He was not a public speaker. God, it had to be like 6 years ago, or whatever.
You got a better memory.
He was so nervous that he couldn't remember what he needed to say, and he was like, and it's real good and stuff.
Is this telling me a 10 grand for one additional motor?
Yeah.
Is the only difference.
Yeah, I can't really pick that up on this tiny little phone, but.
And why is there? It's EV squared X, 3X. Oh gosh, so confusing on your naming.
Well, you know,
All right, I'm going to the
it's GM.
frequently asked questions.
Oh, by the
Oh,
way,
this
that
page
page
is not
is not there.
Dang it.
I just went there. It doesn't exist. Yeah.
All right, I'm
So-
going.
They didn't quite finish building out the website there.
I don't think they did. I was just going to so the crab walk, ultra vision with underbody cameras. I think we've touched base on everything. So what does everybody think about it?
Well, so a couple thoughts on this. One is I think it does look good and it's got some good features and stuff on it. But the issue is I really think that, you know, this truck is going to be going head to head with the Cybertruck. I think it's going to get a lot of comparison to the Cybertruck. And the issue with that is the starting price on this rascal is, you know, again, fall 2021, which is when the Cybertruck's going to be coming out most likely.
Yep.
This thing is starting at 112. And, you know, I'm not sure what the first version of the Cybertruck is going to be coming out, but whatever it is, it's going to be a lot less than 112. And so, you know, there's going to be that issue that it's going to be dealing with. And the other thing has to do with the range. The first version of the Cybertruck that comes out, I can pretty well guarantee you it's going to be 400 plus miles.
Yeah, I know he'll do that. He's gonna make it beefy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be, like I said, it'll be well under 100 grand. It'll go over 400 miles. So yeah, I just, you know, there, and Russell's 100% right. I mean, there's a segment of the population that is going to buy this no matter what the specs are, and regardless of what the Cybertruck specs are. But just in head-to-head competition, you know, the Cybertruck's going to come out on top. It's just, you know, again, that Cybertruck design is so polarizing. There are some people that just, you know, they're not going to go for it. Others obviously will, but yeah, it's gonna be an uphill battle.
I just think for their first truck to start off at $112,000, man, I don't know. You're gonna need more than a $7,500 rebate, and they don't even have that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they won't even have that to work with. I just think that's just such a, I don't know. I'm kind of shocked it was that expensive, that it's over $100,000.
I mean, I knew they would probably have one that's, one that's that expensive.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, I get getting to that price. You know, I know trucks are very expensive. You know, you can easily get a regular gas powered truck now for high 80s, low 90s if it's got all the bells and whistles.
Sure.
But you're asking people now to switch to an entirely different powertrain. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it. I mean, hey, the more electric vehicles are out there, the great. You know, that's better.
Yes,
Well,
I 100% agree.
I think, you know, to me, the big benefit of this is the fact that, you know, it's out there, it's getting publicized. You know, like I said, they got a commercial that's running on, you know, national television this evening. And so it's going to get people talking and
Yes.
thinking about this. And to me, the absolute single best thing that this announcement can do is cause people to not buy a new gas or diesel truck and sit with what they've got and wait for either this thing to come out or the Rivian to come out, you know, that sort of thing. And it'll just make people just hold on to what they've got, you know, and what the net effect of that is going to be is it's going to end up, you know, severely cutting into, I hope, the sale of new internal combustion engine trucks. In other words, it's almost going to be kind of that Osborne effect.
Yeah, the Osborne effect and people waiting
Right.
for their next vehicle.
Right. And it's going to, you know, really cut into the sales of, you know, new ICE vehicles. And to me, that's a great thing because we don't need new gigantic gas and diesel trucks out there spewing pollutants into the air. And so, you know, if this thing and things like it can make people just sit with what they've got and not buy new ICE vehicles, it's done its job as far as
That's true.
The only thing I think the thing that's the most upsetting is if you look at that Hummer EV2, the $80,000 one,
right.
That's not going to be available until spring of 2024. Come on,
Right.
Spring of 2024.
Right.
I mean that's 3 years and some change away. I mean we might not even be here if 2020 keeps going. You know?
Well, I think we'll be here. I think it's an open question as to whether or not GM will be here.
Yeah. It just seems like you're dragging your feet on that one. And I get, you know, they make a ton of money on trucks. You know, that's where Ford, especially like with Ford and all them, I mean, this is where they make tons of money.
Yeah.
But man, that just seems like it's so far away. And you would think the Cybertruck by spring of 2024, what's Tesla going to have available? What's Rivian going to be doing by 2024? You know, all these other ones that are coming out with electric vehicles.
Well, and just, you know, and this amazes me. I just have to try and appreciate the rock and the hard place that GM and Ford are in right now. Because, you know, the last thing that they want to do is come out with an announcement about an amazing electric truck. They had no desire to do that. The only reason they had to do that, the only reason Ford had to mention its electric, you know, F-150 pulling the train and all that stuff, the only reason they had to do that was because of Tesla and the Cybertruck.
Oh yeah, they're being dragged kicking and screaming into this.
Yeah, because, you know, Tesla announced the Cybertruck. Rivian, of course, has its vehicle that's coming out. And so they had to show something. Mm-hmm. They had to, you know, show something, you know, to maybe try and keep their loyal customers and say, just wait, we're coming out with them. But, you know, they don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, as I said, absolutely kicking and screaming. I mean, it's the same thing as when they came out with the Bolt. Even though I really like a hatchback, that's the worst selling car in America. Nobody likes hatchbacks. Everybody. It's like they purposely made the least attractive make of, you know, kind of car they could make.
Yeah.
At least make it the least they could have done was make it a sedan. I like hatchbacks, but I'm a very, very small minority that likes hatchbacks and wagons.
Yeah.
Do you guys see this announcement? GM charges up its electric vehicle from a $2 billion investment in Tennessee plant. So
that's the old Saturn. So what do they make there now? That's where they used to make the Saturns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's this at? Where's
Spring Hill?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill.
What do they make now?
Nashville.
I'm looking to see. It currently produces a mix of Cadillac XT5, XT6, and as well as models of GMC and Australian Holden brand. Wait, they're making Holdens here and then shipping them over?
That's crazy. And didn't they just do away with all the Holdens in Australia?
No, I thought that was the main brand in Australia, but I thought GM may have sold out of
They had
that.
stopped doing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting that they mentioned that.
That's interesting where it says it's going to continue producing gas-powered products. The other factories are going to be dedicated exclusively to electric. So they're investing in the Spring Hill plant, but I'm just kind of glancing over this article. I don't see where they're going to be building any electric vehicles at the Spring Hill plant.
I think that they're
Well, the
saying that
Cadillac is what's supposed to be there, right? Isn't that the new Lyric or whatever?
Is it
the
they're
Lyric will
gonna
be
build
made there. And I think the Lyric's price will make us laugh.
Oh man,
That'll
Yeah.
be eye-watering.
yeah, because
Yeah.
if the Hummer starts, if their top of the line is 112 for a Hummer, what's Cadillac gonna be?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to guess. It's going to be crazy.
Are they gonna
All
have
right,
to come out with like another name of an older brand, like they did with the what was it? The Mercedes does the Maybach. So
Yep.
yeah, they'll have some kind of an older Packard or something, some kind of a Packard Cadillac or something.
the Packard. You'll have to-
And
Yeah,
what's-
I can't. I mean,
that's
To mention a little history real quick, when the EV1 was killed off, the plant that the EV1s were made at then started producing the original Hummers.
yeah,
and so-
that's full of all kinds of irony.
Yeah, and then to come back around that they're making EV
well, what a
Hummer.
kick in the stomach, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But just think, GM, you had so much opportunity to be a leader in this space,
Yeah.
and
They threw it away.
yeah. But
they
I
keep-
mean, they're at least a
Well, it's
strong
the same thing
contender.
with Bolt architecture. That never went into anything else.
Right.
That would be great for a truck or something. You know, what I mean, like a
Yeah.
plug-in hybrid for a truck, I would think would be great.
Yeah. Or a small crossover SUV.
I don't know.
that kind
Just
of thing.
seems like they just keep failing.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta realize that they put that Volt into a Cadillac, the Cadillac ELR, which didn't sell because they were basically trying to sell a Tesla.
$80,000.
Yeah, a Volt for $80,000,
$80,000,
which is pointless. So, like then you're like, well, why didn't they go on and do something else? Because they were probably afraid. They already attempted it. They should have.
Whoever
started with
thought that
something
they
else.
could sell that ELR for the price they were gonna, though? And I mean, unless you're gonna have unicorn skin or something in there, I mean, some kind of crazy. I mean, it's a cool looking car. I think it's really neat looking, but man, not for that kind of money. Just because you slapped a badge on it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, so there's lots of tie-ins and ironies here with this whole thing with the EV1 and the Hummer and all that stuff, and the fact that Tesla's dragging them into having to do this. I saw something the other day, I can't remember where, that said that one of the things that motivated Elon Musk to go into building electric vehicles in the first place was the documentary Who Killed the Electric Car, which was about the EV1.
Yep.
So you talk about just all kinds of tie-ins and full circle stuff and all of that,
I think that movie motivated a lot of people in the EV industry, not industry, but I would say movement. That people that are engaged like we are in clubs and stuff was all because of the movie Who Killed the Electric Car. At least I can say that I know a lot of people that were recruited because of that movie.
Sure.
Well, and what's funny is the people who drive these cars are obsessed with them. They're the absolute best customers you could ever have,
Right.
because they absolutely love the cars. They're constantly pushing the cars on friends and family and coworkers, and like, man, you really got to see this car, drive this car, and they've
Look, I love this thing.
got. I mean, look at what you get. You get a few, influencers.
Yeah.
You get a few influencers or whatever, and you don't even have to sell it. It sells itself.
Right.
Yeah, Tesla hasn't spent an ounce on ad budget at all.
Right.
Well, guys, I don't want to keep you too late. Thanks for hopping in on this and doing it. Will, did you have anything to add? I mean, we talked most of the time.
That's fine. You guys are doing good. I'm just listening.
I
All
think,
right, well-
you know, bottom line for me is I think the Hummer, it looks really sharp. It's got a lot of good things going for it. And it's a good thing that it's an all-wheel drive off-road vehicle because it's got a long uphill climb ahead of it as it competes
Yeah.
against the Cybertruck and Rivian and some others, because that's a lot of money for a truck that at best is going to go 350 miles, and the Cybertruck, I guarantee, is going to come out at more than 400. Guaranteed.
Yep. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But it looks good.
Yeah, I would say it looks pretty snazzy. I'm impressed by GM, and definitely I will eat my words on some of the things I predicted.
So.
But
Time will tell, man.
yeah, well, all right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out tonight, and we're going to throw this up on YouTube.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
See y'all later.
Yeah,
Good to see
see
everybody.
ya.
All right, you guys
Bye.
take care. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.